Asterisk in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Asterisk, my dear brothers and sisters, my beloved friends, Assalamu alaikum. I want you to do something with me. I want you to look at the clock. Note the time. Now, I want you to think about what you were doing exactly 7 minutes ago. Can you remember? Was it something that added value to your life? Was it something that brought you closer to your goals? Or was it lost, scrolled away in a blur of distractions? We live in a world of noise, a world that constantly demands our attention, pulling us in 1,000 different directions. We are busy, so very busy, but are we productive? We are connected, but do we feel a true connection? We are consuming information all day long, but are we any wiser? Today, I want to propose to you a simple yet profound challenge. A challenge that requires less time than it takes to drink a cup of coffee. A challenge that can, if you allow it, alter the entire trajectory of your life. Let us talk about this single decision, this moment of choice that stands as a silent sentinel between the life you have known and the life you are being called to build. We often fall into the trap of believing that monumental change requires a monumental effort, a Herculean feat of will that we must summon all at once. We look at the mountain we must climb, and we become paralyzed by its sheer scale. We think we need to transform in an instant, to become a different person overnight, and the weight of that expectation is so heavy that we never even take the first step. We wait for a sign, for a lightning bolt of inspiration, for a Monday that feels more auspicious, for a new year, for a new month. We are perpetually waiting for the perfect conditions to begin the work of becoming who we are meant to be. But my dear friends, the perfect conditions are a mirage. They do not exist. The landscape of life is inherently uneven, filled with distractions, responsibilities, and unexpected trials. To wait for calm waters is to never set sail. The profound truth that the Quran and the Sunnah gently guide us toward is that the entire universe, in all its breathtaking complexity and majesty, operates on the principle of small, consistent causes leading to magnificent effects. Consider the revelation of the Quran itself. It was not sent down as a complete, bound book in a single, overwhelming event. It was revealed piece by piece, ayah by ayah, over 23 years. Why? To solidify the heart of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and to build the faith of the companions gradually, brick by brick. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, could have revealed it all at once, but He chose a different path, the path of gradual, consistent, and sustainable growth. This is the divine pattern. A single seed, seemingly insignificant and powerless, holds within it the blueprint for a mighty tree. It does not burst forth into a canopy overnight. It pushes a tiny root downward, seeking nourishment with unwavering determination. It then sends a fragile shoot upward, reaching for the light. Day by day, with patient consistency, it grows. It withstands storms and droughts. Its growth is often invisible to the naked eye, but it is relentless. And after seasons have passed, what was once a mere potentiality, a speck in the palm of your hand, becomes a shelter, a source of shade and fruit, a testament to the power of small beginnings. Your decision to dedicate these 7 minutes is that seed. It may feel insignificant. The critical voice in your mind, the whisper of Shaitan, will tell you it is not enough. What is 7 minutes in a day of 1440? It will scoff. You cannot change your life in 7 minutes. It is a drop in the ocean, and you must respond with faith and conviction. Yes, it is a single drop. But have you not seen how a single drop, falling consistently in the same spot, can wear away the hardest stone? Have you Not seen how countless drops, gathered together, form the mighty rivers that carve canyons and sustain civilizations. Do not despise the small beginning. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The most beloved deeds to Allah are the most regular and constant, even if they are small. This is the master key. It is not the size of the single action that holds the power. It is the chain of actions, the unbroken sequence of choices, the rhythm of return that forges true change in the crucible of your character." This decision is so powerful because it is a declaration of sovereignty over your own soul. For those first 4 minutes, you are choosing to turn away from the endless pull of the creation and turn toward the Creator. You are actively deciding that your connection with Allah is more important than the notification on your phone, more urgent than the latest headline, more vital than the trivial chatter that fills so much of our days. In that moment of conscious choice, you are not a slave to your habits or your environment. You are a free human being, exercising your God-given will to seek what is eternal over what is fleeting. You are saying, "My soul has needs, and I will feed them." This is an act of immense spiritual and psychological rebellion against a world that wants you to be constantly distracted, constantly consuming, constantly looking outward. You are choosing to look inward and upward, and in those 3 minutes of feeding your mind, you are making an equally powerful statement. You are rejecting the identity of a passive consumer, a mere receptacle for whatever content the algorithms decide to push your way. You are instead putting on the mantle of a student, a seeker of knowledge, an active participant in your own intellectual and personal development. You are curating your own mind, deliberately selecting the nourishment that will help you grow, rather than passively accepting the junk food that is so readily available. This shift in identity from consumer to creator of your own reality is perhaps one of the most significant transformations a person can undergo. Think of it as a daily recalibration. A ship crossing a vast ocean must constantly make small adjustments to its course. It is not as if the captain sets the direction once at the beginning of the journey and then goes to sleep. No, he is constantly checking the stars, the compass, the currents, and making tiny, incremental corrections to ensure the vessel does not drift miles off course. Your life is that ship, and the distractions, temptations, and pressures of the world are the winds and currents constantly trying to push you off your intended path. These 7 minutes are your daily navigation check. They are you stepping into the wheelhouse, looking at your compass, which is your connection to Allah, and your mappa, which is the knowledge you are acquiring, and making the necessary adjustments to ensure you are still heading toward your desired destination, a life of purpose, peace, and proximity to your Lord. Without this daily check-in, the drift is inevitable. You may not even notice it for days, weeks, or even years. You wake up one day and find yourself in a place you never intended to be, wondering, "How did I get here?" It was not through one giant, catastrophic error, but through 1,000 tiny moments of drift, 1,000 days without a conscious decision to correct your course. So, when you feel that resistance, when the voice tells you to skip it today, that you are too tired, too busy, that it does not matter, recognize that voice for what it is, the greatest obstacle standing between you and the life you are capable of living. The decision to act, especially when you do not feel like it, is where your character is forged. It is in that moment of choice that you build the muscle of your iman, your discipline, your self-respect. Do not wait for the motivation to come. Action comes first, and motivation follows. Just make the decision. Stand up, find a quiet corner, open your heart, and then open a book. The entire trajectory of a soul can be altered not by a thunderous event, but by a quiet, determined, and consistent yes, repeated day after day after day. This is the power you hold in this very moment, the power of a single decision. Let us delve deeper into a truth we all acknowledge but so rarely live by. Your time is the very currency of your life. When you are given a sum of money, you are careful with it. You consider your purchases. You invest it, you save it, you spend it on things that you deem valuable and necessary. You would not simply throw it away on trivialities, because you understand that once it is gone forever. Yet with time, a far more precious and non-renewable resource, we are often astonishingly wasteful. We treat the minutes and hours of our days as if they are an endless supply, as if there is a boundless well from which we can always draw more. But the Quran strikes at the heart of this illusion with a powerful, sobering oath. By time, indeed, mankind is in loss. This is not a mere passing statement. It is a divine proclamation that frames our entire existence. We are, each and every one of us, in a state of loss, squandering our most precious asset, until we awaken to its true value and begin to invest it righteously. Consider the nature of time itself. It is the one truly democratic resource. The billionaire and the pauper both receive the same 24 hours each day. The powerful and the weak, the educated and the unlearned, all are granted this same daily allotment. What differentiates us is not the amount we are given, but what we choose to do with it. Where do we direct this capital? Upon what altars do we lay these precious minutes? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave us a profound counsel that should be a constant reminder for us. He said, take advantage of 5 before 5, your youth before your old age, your health before your illness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before you are preoccupied, and your life before your death. Look at this beautiful yet piercing advice. He explicitly links your free time with your very life. They are two separate blessings to be utilized before they are taken from you. Your free time is the arena in which you can build your legacy, and your life is the container for that time. To waste one is to devalue the other. When you consciously choose to dedicate 7 minutes, a seemingly insignificant fragment of your day, to an act of profound spiritual and intellectual investment, you are performing a revolutionary act. You are declaring through your actions and not just your words that you understand the intrinsic value of this currency. You are no longer willing to be a passive participant in the dissipation of your own life. You are taking command. You are becoming a steward of your own time, and by extension, your own destiny. This is the essence of true self-respect. It is not merely about outward appearance or posture. It is about holding your own soul in such high regard that you refuse to feed it garbage or leave it to starve. You recognize that you are a creation of Allah, endowed with immense potential, and to fritter away your days on mindless entertainment, gossip, envy, and idle pursuits is an insult to that sacred potential. It is like being given a majestic, powerful eagle and keeping it in a cage, feeding it crumbs, when it was created to soar through the heavens. This investment of time is a down payment on a future of your own design. Every action is a seed, and every moment is the soil in which it is planted. The Quran makes this relationship between action and consequence, between investment and return, unequivocally clear. So whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does atom's weight of evil will see it. This 7 investment is you planting a seed of good, an atom's weight of disciplined faith and seeking knowledge. And you are promised that you will see its return. You may not see the full, grown tree tomorrow, but you will see the sprout. You will feel it as a growing sense of peace that begins to cushion you against the anxieties of the day. You will notice it as a slight increase in your patience, a newfound ability to hold your tongue in a moment of anger. You will experience it as a small spark of clarity where a problem that seemed insurmountable suddenly appears manageable. These are the dividends on your investment, paid out in the currency of inner peace and strength. Think of your life as a vast, empty land that you have been given to cultivate. The days and years are the boundaries of this land. The distractions of the world, the endless scroll of social media, the binge watching of series, the hours spent in gossip and backbiting, these are like weeds that grow voraciously and without any effort on your part. If you leave the land unattended, the weeds will take over. They will choke out any possibility of a fruitful harvest. They are easy, they are seductive, and they grow in the soil of neglect. To cultivate a garden, however, requires conscious, consistent effort. It requires you to clear the weeds, to till the soil, to plant the seeds you desire, to water them, and to protect them. These 7 minutes are that daily act of cultivation. You are, for a few precious moments, clearing the weeds of distraction from the garden of your heart. You are tilling the soil with your sincere supplication, making it soft and receptive. You are planting the seeds of divine remembrance and beneficial knowledge. And you are watering them with your focus and your intention. The beautiful, almost miraculous quality of this process is the barakah, the divine blessing that Allah injects into time itself when it is used in His obedience. You have all experienced the opposite, how an entire day can feel wasted and empty, passing in a blur with nothing to show for it. That is time devoid of barakah. But when you begin your day with a conscious connection to Allah, when you invest your first and best energies in Him, He blesses the time that remains. He expands it. He makes it sufficient for you. Tasks that you thought would take hours are completed with ease. Your focus becomes sharper, your efficiency increases. You find time where you thought there was none. This is not a metaphor. It is a spiritual reality experienced by those who draw near to their Lord. By giving these 7 minutes to Allah, you are not losing them. You are, in fact, gaining untold blessings in the rest of your 433 minutes. You are transforming your entire day from a frantic race against the clock into a blessed, purposeful journey. So, when you look at the clock and see those 7 minutes, do not see them as a loss to your schedule. See them as the most critical investment you will make all day. For in investing that time, you are not just spending minutes, you are building a life worthy of the breath that the Most Merciful has breathed into you. Now, let us move from the philosophy of decision and the value of time to the practical, tangible ground where the transformation truly occurs. This is the blueprint, the simple, repeatable formula that bridges the gap between intention and reality. It is a structure so straightforward that its power can be easily overlooked, yet so profound that its consistent application can rebuild a life from the inside out. We speak of dividing these 7 minutes into 2 distinct yet harmonious acts, 4 minutes for the soul and 3 for the mind. This is not an arbitrary division, but a reflection of a holistic understanding of the human being. We are not merely intellects floating in a void, nor are we raw emotion without reason. We are an intricate tapestry of spirit and mind, each requiring its own specific nourishment, each influencing the other in a continuous, dynamic dance. To neglect one is to eventually cripple the other. A sharp mind without a grounded spirit can become a tool for arrogance and destruction. A passionate spirit without the guidance of knowledge can lead to extremism and misguidance. The balance is essential, and this 7-minute practice is a daily recalibration of that very balance. Let us first immerse ourselves in the 4 minutes for the soul. This is your private audience with the King of Kings. Imagine the profound honor of that. You are not booking an appointment through a secretary. You are not waiting in a long queue. The moment you turn your heart towards Him, the connection is established. The Almighty says in the sacred Hadith Qudsi, I am as my servant expects me to be, and I am with him when he remembers me. If he remembers me in himself, I remember him in myself. If he remembers me in an assembly, I remember him in a better assembly. So in these 4 minutes, you are not calling out to a distant, disinterested deity. You are turning to a Lord who is already closer to you than your jugular vein, who is waiting for you to take that one step towards him so he can run towards you. What do you do in these 4 minutes? You begin by closing your eyes, not as an act of sleep, but as an act of focus, shutting out the visual noise of the world. You take a deep, conscious breath, feeling the air that Allah has provided fill your lungs, and you exhale the tensions and worries that you have been carrying. This physical act is a metaphor for the spiritual one. You are inhaling divine mercy and exhaling worldly burdens. Then you talk. You speak to Allah in your own words, in the language of your heart. This is the essence of of sincere supplication. It does not have to be eloquent or poetic. It must be true. It is the raw, unfiltered conversation of a servant with their master. Ya Allah, my heart feels heavy today. I feel lost. Please guide me. Ya Rab, I am so grateful for the blessings you have given me, for the food, for the shelter, for the love of my family. Ya Allah, I have this challenge at work, this difficulty in my relationships. I have tried my best, but I need your help. Please open a way for me. This is where you lay your vulnerabilities at His doorstep. This is where you confess your weaknesses and ask for strength. This is where you express your gratitude and magnify His blessings. This 4-minute practice is the ultimate spiritual and psychological therapy. It is the process of transferring the weight you were never meant to carry alone onto the shoulders of the One who is all-powerful. You exit this 4-minute session lighter, more grounded, and with a re-anchored sense of purpose. You have reminded yourself that you are not the master of your universe, but a beloved servant in a grand divine plan, and that realization is the source of all true peace. Then you transition, you have fed your spirit, now you must feed your intellect. You pick up a book for 3 minutes. The choice of this book is critical. It is not for casual entertainment. It is for deliberate growth. It could be the Quran, reading just a few verses, not with the rushed goal of finishing a chapter, but with the intention of absorbing a single meaning, a single lesson that you can carry with you through the day. Ponder a single ayah. Let its truth resonate within you. Alternatively, it could be a book of tafsir, a biography of the Prophet, peace be upon him, a book on Islamic history, on purification of the heart, or even a trusted book on personal development, psychology, or a skill you wish to acquire that is halal and beneficial. The key is intentionality. For these 180 seconds, you are a student in the University of Life, and you are choosing your own curriculum. You are actively selecting the information that will shape your thoughts, your world, you, and your character. You are moving from being a passive consumer, a mere receiver of whatever the digital world throws at you, to being an active curator of your own mind. The compound effect of this 3-minute daily reading is mathematically staggering and spiritually transformative. If you read just 2 pages in 3 minutes, that is over 700 pages in a year, the equivalent of several substantial books. In a few years, you would have quietly built a library of knowledge within yourself. You would have insights on topics you knew nothing about before. You would have a deeper understanding of your faith, a broader perspective on life, and a richer vocabulary of ideas. This knowledge is not just information, it is the light that illuminates your path. It helps you understand the wisdom behind Allah's commands. It equips you to answer the questions that arise in your own heart and from those around you. It protects you from doubt and confusion. It empowers you to make better decisions in your life, your finances, and your relationships, because you are now operating from a place of learned principle, not just fleeting emotion or societal pressure. The 4 minutes of connection with Allah give you the why for your existence, and the 3 minutes of reading give you the how the practical guidance to navigate that existence with wisdom and grace. Together, they form a complete system for human development, a daily ritual that, through its beautiful consistency, forges a person who is both spiritually serene and intellectually formidable, a servant who is both humble and immensely capable. This is the alchemy of these 7 minutes.